She said, "Why do you always have to know where I am?" When I asked about her evening plans, I said, "You're right, that's controlling." Then I stopped asking and stopped sharing my location. She panicked when she realized I'd been in Vegas all weekend. Original post: I, 33 male, had a simple question for my girlfriend Jessica 3 weeks ago. We'd been together for 4 years, living together for 2. "What are you up to tonight?" I asked while making breakfast. She exploded. "Why do you always need to know where I am? It's suffocating. I can't breathe in this relationship." I was confused. I ask maybe once or twice a week, usually to plan dinner or know if I should wait up. "I'm just trying to coordinate our evening." "No, you're being controlling. My therapist says this is toxic behavior. You tracking my every move is abusive." "Jessica, we share our locations with each other. It's mutual, and I don't track." God, there you go again, making excuses. I need space to be my own person. I set down my coffee, looked at her for a long moment. She'd been weird lately, protective of her phone, vague about her evenings, lots of work emergencies that required her to leave suddenly. "You know what? You're absolutely right," I said calmly. "I've been controlling. I'm sorry." She blinked, surprised. You are?" "Yeah, from now on, I won't ask where you're going or what you're doing. Your business is your business." "Oh, well, good. And to make it fair, I'll stop sharing my location too. No need for either of us to know where the other is." Her face changed slightly. "That's not necessary." "No, it's only fair. You need space, I'll give you space." I turned off location sharing right there at the breakfast table. She watched me do it, looking uncomfortable. "I mean, you don't have to. It's done, we're both free now." The next 2 weeks were interesting. She'd randomly ask what I was doing that evening. I'd just say I have plans and leave it at that. She'd probe for details. I'd smile and change the subject. "Where were you last night?" she asked one morning. "Out." "Out where?" "Why do you need to know?" That's controlling, remember? She'd get frustrated but couldn't argue without looking like a hypocrite. Then came last weekend. Friday morning, she mentioned she had a girls' weekend planned. Leaving that evening, back Sunday night. "Have fun," I said, not looking up from my laptop. "You're not gonna ask where?" "Nope. Your business." She left around 5 p.m. I waited exactly 1 hour, then grabbed my already packed bag and headed to the airport. See, my buddy Tom was having his bachelor party in Vegas. I'd originally declined because Jessica always freaked out about Vegas trips, but since we were giving each other space now, the weekend was epic. Poker, shows, great food. I posted nothing on social media, I rarely do anyway. Just lived in the moment with the boys. Sunday afternoon, I'm at the airport waiting for my flight home when my phone explodes. 63 missed calls, over 100 texts, all from Jessica. "Where are you?" "This isn't funny anymore. I'm at the apartment and you're not here. Your location is off. Answer your phone, I'm calling the police. Are you okay?" I texted back, "I'm fine. Out with friends, be home later." Phone immediately rings. I let it go to voicemail. She calls again and again. Finally, I answer. "Where the hell are you?" she screams. "Why do you need to know? That's controlling." "This is different. You've been gone all weekend." "So have you. I told you I was having a girls' weekend, and I'm having a boys' weekend." "Where? Doesn't matter. I'll be home tonight. If you don't tell me where you are right now, we're done." "Okay?" Silence. "Okay? That's it?" "Yeah. If you need to control where I am, we're not compatible. I thought you wanted space." She hung up. Got home around 10 p.m. She was on the couch, furious and crying. "Vegas," she said, holding up her phone. "Tom's girlfriend posted a story. You were in Vegas." "Yep." "You went to Vegas without telling me?" "You went somewhere without telling me too." "I was at a spa retreat with my sister." "Cool. I was at a bachelor party with friends." "That's completely different." "How?" Because Vegas is, you could have been doing anything." "Like what?" "Strippers. Gambling. Cheating." "Did you cheat at your spa retreat?" "What? No." "Then why would you assume I did?" "Because it's Vegas." "So you trust me conditionally, based on geography?" She couldn't answer that. "Here's the thing. I didn't do anything wild in Vegas. Played some poker, saw a cirque show, ate too much at buffets. The most scandalous thing was Tom getting sick from mixing whiskey and sushi. But Jessica's reaction told me everything about how she views trust in our relationship. Update 1. It's been 4 days since the Vegas revelation, and things have escalated in ways I didn't expect. Monday morning, Jessica tried a new approach. Full girlfriend mode, made my favorite breakfast, super affectionate, kept calling me baby. So we're good now, right? We can share locations again? Why would we do that? I asked. You said it was controlling. I overreacted. It's actually nice knowing where each other is, for safety. But you felt suffocated. I don't want to suffocate you. You're not. I was being dramatic. Jessica, you said your therapist called it toxic. She went quiet. Maybe I misunderstood what she said. Or maybe there is no therapist. She froze. What's that supposed to mean? When's your next appointment? That's private. Of course it is. Later that day, I get a call from her best friend Megan. What did you do to Jessica? She's a mess. I went to Vegas for a bachelor party. Without telling her. She went to a spa weekend without giving me details. We agreed we don't need to know where each other is. That's different. She's a woman. Excuse me? Women need to know where their boyfriends are, for emotional security. But men don't need the same. Men who need to know where their girlfriends are every second are controlling. That's an interesting double standard. It's not a double standard, it's just how relationships work. According to who? She hung up on me. Tuesday, Jessica's mom called. They tag-teamed me. Jessica tells me you're being emotionally abusive. By respecting her need for space, by disappearing to Las Vegas. I didn't disappear. I went on a planned trip with friends. She's your girlfriend. She has a right to know. She said, I don't have that right when it comes to her whereabouts. That's different. Everyone keeps saying that, but no one explains how. Because she's not the type to do anything wrong. And I am? Men in Vegas, we all know what happens. What happened was poker and overpriced drinks. Jessica is talking about taking a break. That's her choice. You don't even care. I care. But I won't be in a relationship with double standards. Wednesday night, Jessica came home late, around 11 p.m. Smelled like cologne, not her perfume, men's cologne. Fun night? I asked. Yeah, just drinks with coworkers. Cool. She was expecting an interrogation. Didn't get one. It was killing her. Don't you want to know who was there? Nope. It was a group thing. Brett from accounting was there too. Brett, the guy who's been just a friend forever. The one whose cologne I was currently smelling. Sounds fun? She stared at me, frustrated. You really don't care? I really don't need to control you. Thursday, yesterday was when things got weird. I came home to find Jessica going through my phone. She'd figured out my passcode somehow. What are you doing? Just looking? At what? Nothing. God, why are you so paranoid? I took my phone back. You just broke into my phone and I'm paranoid. I wasn't breaking in. Couples share phones. Since when? Since always, unless you have something to hide. Like you hiding your phone lately? I haven't been hiding anything. I pulled up her Instagram. She'd been tagged in a story from 2 weeks ago, at a club, dancing very close with Brett. The weekend she said she was too tired to go out. Explain this. Her face went red. You're stalking my social media now? It's public. Your friend tagged you. We were just dancing. As friends. In a relationship, you tell your partner when you're going clubbing with other men. You're being controlling again. No, I'm pointing out your double standard. You can't handle me going to Vegas with the boys, but you're grinding on Brett at a club. That's different. There's that word again. She grabbed her keys and stormed out. Came back 2 hours later. Drunk. You know what your problem is? She slurred. You don't fight for me. You don't care enough to be jealous. You're drunk. Go to bed. Brett would be jealous. Brett would care. Then date Brett. She started sobbing. Maybe I will. He appreciates me. Okay, we've been texting for months. He actually cares about my feelings. Good for Brett. I could have slept with him tonight, but I didn't. Congratulations on basic loyalty. You're such an asshole. I'm done. We're over. Okay, I'll start looking for a new place tomorrow. That sobered her up real quick. What? No, this is just a fight. You just dumped me. I accept. I didn't mean it. You meant it enough to say it. You can't just leave. Watch me. This morning she's been panic texting from work. Apparently she told Brett we broke up last night and he immediately asked her out. Now she's freaking out because it's moving too fast and he's being too intense and you can't actually move out. The apartment is in my name. I can absolutely move out. Already scheduled 3 viewings for places this weekend. Update 2. Well, the weekend brought a whole new level of crazy. Friday night, Jessica came home with Brett. Didn't tell me he was coming. They walked in while I was packing boxes in the living room. "What's happening here?" Brett asked, trying to sound tough. Dude's maybe 5'7" and built like a breadstick. "I'm moving out. You two have fun." Jessica looked panicked. "You're not actually leaving." "Viewings tomorrow. Found a nice place downtown." Brett stepped forward. "Actually, bro, maybe Jessica should keep the apartment. It's the gentlemanly thing to do." I laughed. "Brett, the lease is in my name. I pay the rent. Jessica's been living here rent-free for a year because she's between jobs." Jessica's face went red. Guess she hadn't mentioned that to Brett. "You live here for free?" Brett turned to her. "It's not like that. We're partners. We share everything." "We shared everything when she needed it," I corrected. "But when I needed to know if she was at a club with you, that was controlling." Brett looked uncomfortable. "You were at the club that night?" "Brett, not now," Jessica hissed. "You said you were single that night." "We were basically broken up." "We literally had dinner together that night," I added helpfully. "She said she loved me before leaving." Brett stared at her. "You said you'd been broken up for weeks." The realization was dawning on poor Brett's face. He'd been the side piece who thought he was about to be promoted to main guy. I need to go." Brett headed for the door. "Brett, wait." Jessica chased after him. "It's complicated." They argued in the hallway for 10 minutes. Brett left. Jessica came back in tears. "Look what you did." I stated facts. Brett drew his own conclusions. "You ruined everything. I thought I was giving you what you wanted. Space, freedom." "Brett?" She spent Friday night crying and drinking wine. Posted a bunch of cryptic quotes on Instagram about knowing your worth and toxic people. Saturday morning, the real estate agent called. The apartment I wanted was available, but they needed a decision fast. I said yes immediately. While I was on the phone, Jessica was on hers, with her dad. "Daddy, I need help." "No, we're broken up. He's abandoning me." I could hear her dad's voice through the phone offering to pay for a lawyer. "For what?" I called out. "Being broken up with?" She covered the phone. "For illegal eviction. You're not a tenant, you're a guest. No lease, no rent payments, you have zero legal standing." She went pale and continued the call in her room. An hour later, there's a knock. Her parents, Robert and Diane. Old money, real estate family. They walked in like they owned the place. "Sit down, young man," Robert commanded. "I'm good standing, thanks. My daughter has invested 4 years in this relationship. She deserves compensation." I actually laughed. "Compensation? For what?" "Emotional labor, domestic contributions, career sacrifices. She hasn't worked in a year. I do most of the cooking and cleaning. What career did she sacrifice?" Diane chimed in. "She gave up opportunities to be with you." "What opportunities?" "The 3 MLMs she quit, the photography business that took 0 photos, the lifestyle blog with 2 posts. Jessica was mortified. "Those were real ventures. Funded by me, about $8,000 total if we're counting." Robert pulled out his checkbook. "What will it take for you to let her keep the apartment?" "It's not about money. I need a place to live. She can't afford this apartment." "We'll pay her rent." "Then get her a different apartment. This lease ends in 3 months anyway." "She wants this one. She's established here." "Established? She doesn't even get mail here. Everything's still going to your address." Jessica started crying again. "Why are you being so cruel?" "I'm not being cruel. I'm moving on like you wanted when you said we were done." Diane tried another approach. "What about the time she supported you emotionally through your mother's illness?" "My mom had the flu for a week last year. Jessica complained the whole time about having to be quiet while Mom rested in the guest room." "You mean when she tried to make my sick mother sleep on the couch so she wouldn't contaminate the guest room?" Silence. Robert stood up. "You'll regret this. I know people." "Is that a threat?" "It's a promise. You'll never work in this city again." "I work for the federal government, Robert. Good luck with that." They left in a huff. Jessica stayed, alternating between crying and rage texting. Sunday was moving day. I'd hired movers for the morning. As they were loading boxes, Jessica made one last play. She came out in lingerie. "Remember when we first moved in?" She pressed against me. "We christened every room. Jessica, the movers are literally right there. One mover tried very hard to look at the ceiling. We could try again, work things out, forget all this nonsense. The nonsense where you emotionally cheated with Brett for months? It wasn't cheating, we just talked about how much you wanted to be with him. I was confused. And now? I choose you. Because Brett ran away when he found out you lied? She stepped back, face hard. You're gonna regret this. Probably not. As the movers took the last box, she played her final card. I'm pregnant. I stopped, turned around. No, you're not. How would you know? Because we haven't had sex in 2 months. You've been too stressed or too tired, probably because you were saving yourself for Brett. Her face crumbled. That's not, I wasn't. Plus, you were drinking heavily 3 days ago. You wouldn't do that if you were pregnant. She had nothing left, just stood there as I left. Final update. It's been a week since I moved out. The new apartment is smaller, but all mine. Peace and quiet. No drama, no double standards. Jessica lasted exactly 3 days before the bombardment started. First, she tried the friend approach. Had 7 different people contact me about giving her another chance, and how relationships take work, and you guys were so good together. My response to all of them? She wanted space. I gave her infinite space. Then came the social media campaign. She posted a series of stories about narcissistic exes and emotional manipulation and starting fresh. The comments were hilarious, half supporting her, half calling out her obvious lies. Someone even commented, "Didn't you tell me last month you were planning to date Brett from your office?" She deleted that real quick. Thursday, I get a call from my landlord at the old place. Jessica hadn't left, she'd changed the locks. She says she's your common-law wife and has rights to the apartment. We don't have common-law marriage in this state. She's a guest who won't leave, that's trespassing. I'm serving her with a 3-day notice to vacate. Good, let me know if you need any documentation proving she's not a tenant. Friday, Brett reached out. Yeah, Brett. Hey man, can we talk? Met him for coffee. He looked rough. She won't leave me alone, he said. Hundreds of texts, shows up at my apartment, called my mom. Your mom? Told her we were getting married. My mom called to congratulate me. I've known Jessica for a month. Technically, you've been emotional affair partners for longer. It wasn't. Okay, yeah, it was. I'm sorry about that. I'm not the one you screwed over, you screwed yourself. She told me you were abusive, controlling, that you wouldn't let her leave. And you believed her while she was living rent-free in my apartment? I didn't think about it like that. Brett, she played you, just like she played me. Learn from it. She's saying she'll kill herself if I don't date her. Call the police for a wellness check, document everything, and block her. Already did. She made fake numbers. Change your number. I did. She got it from someone at work. HR now. Saturday night. I'm watching the game when I hear banging on my door. Look through the peephole. Jessica, drunk, with her sister Ashley. I called through the door. You need to leave or I'm calling the cops. I know you're in there. We need to talk. No, we don't. I'm homeless because of you. Your parents literally own 12 properties. They won't let me move back in. Not my problem. Ashley chimed in. You're being a real dick. She loved you. She loved what I provided. There's a difference. She made mistakes. Everyone deserves a second chance. She had about 50 chances. I just stopped counting. They banged on the door for 10 more minutes. Other neighbors started coming out. Building security showed up. They were escorted out. Yesterday, Sunday, I get a text from an unknown number. This is Robert. Jessica is in the hospital. Suicide attempt. This is on you. I didn't respond, but I did call the hospital. No patient named Jessica there. Called 3 other hospitals. Nothing. Called her sister Ashley. Your dad says Jessica's in the hospital? What? No, she's at their house drinking mimosas by the pool. Why? No reason. Thanks. Screenshot that conversation. Send it to Robert. Lying about suicide is disgusting. Don't contact me again. This morning, Jessica posted on Instagram from a yacht. Some new guy, looked about 60. Caption, sometimes you have to trade up. Luxury life blessed. Tom texted me the screenshot. Didn't take her long. 2 weeks. Must be a record. You okay? Better than okay. I'm free. The old apartment? Landlord says she finally left after he started eviction proceedings. Left it trashed. holes in walls, red wine on carpets, broken mirrors. He's suing her for damages. Asked if I wanted to join the lawsuit since I'm still on the lease for 2 more months. I declined. Not my circus anymore. But here's the funny part. She tried to take my mail, had it forwarded to her parents' house. Federal crime, turns out. Postal inspector is now involved. Robert called begging me to drop it. I don't control the federal government, Robert. She was just emotional. She didn't know it was illegal. Ignorance isn't a defense. What do you want? I want to be left alone, forever, by all of you. Done. Just call off the postal people. I'll tell them I don't want to press charges. What they do is up to them. It's been quiet for 48 hours now. My phone isn't blowing up. No one's at my door. No manipulation. No gaslighting. No double standards. I'm sitting in my small peaceful apartment, watching the game, eating takeout. My location is off. No one knows where I am or what I'm doing. And it's perfect. Jessica wanted me to stop being controlling by caring about where she was. So I stopped caring altogether. She thought she could have her cake and eat it too. Freedom for her, surveillance on me. Bread on the side, me paying the bills. The Vegas weekend wasn't about revenge. It was about equality. If she didn't need to tell me her whereabouts, I didn't need to tell her mine. Simple as that. But she couldn't handle the equality. Because it was never about control or space or freedom. It was about her wanting to do whatever she wanted while keeping me as a safety net. The safety net is gone now. She's some old dude's problem. Or he's hers. Either way, not my circus, not my monkeys. To everyone saying I should have just talked to her, I tried. She called it controlling, so I stopped talking and started walking. To everyone saying I'm heartless, maybe. Or maybe I just finally grew a spine. 4 years wasted? Nah. 4 years of education, expensive education, but worth every penny to learn what I won't accept in a relationship. My location stays off. My boundaries stay up and my life stays drama-free. Best trade I ever made.